Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen them in Manchester, Newcastle, Birmingham, Portsmouth, and now they're back at their spiritual home. Give it up for the two Mikes!
Good evening. What on earth are you doing? Why have you got your shirt hanging out? Why is your shirt hanging out?
You like it? It's my new look.
No,
It's
it looks
cool.
ridiculous.
It's cool, it's casual, it makes me feel like a new man.
Now, do you know there's something I need to talk to you about?
Yes.
On a technical point,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
We are filming this for a DVD.
Yeah.
There are lights, right?
Yeah.
The
Oh,
lights.
sorry, that was a bit of a stretch sitting down.
What?
It's this.
What you got in your pocket?
Show got in my pocket, kids, okay?
Don't show us just yet.
Have you-
Let me just explain something to you, right?
Okay.
If you stand up, you have to
Yes.
stay in the light, otherwise it won't show up on the fucking DVD, right?
Yes,
I know
yes,
that. You know, it's a
yes.
bit like in the
Lights
Talksport
love
studios.
me. Lights love me.
Everybody
honestly.
loves you, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why you're alone.
Lights do in particular.
Single.
I see.
Table for one.
I see you've.
I brought some Bollinger along, by the way.
Okay, well,
because I don't want to drink this rubbish
Yeah.
that you've
Yeah.
produced for yourself.
See-
so
see,
I'll be opening it very shortly.
He brings a Bollinger to try and impress. You certainly brings a Bollinger.
No, I don't. I drink
and he,
it.
sa-
I
and he
drink
says,
it.
I bring a bottle of Bollinger to share with my pal Porky. He knows I can't drink champagne. Why can't I drink champagne? Only 1/3 of my heart works. And if only 1/3 of your heart works, what can you do? You can't drink champagne because the bubbles get into your heart. I could be dead within 10 minutes.
Why do you
But
think
he
I wanted
knows
to
that.
drink it?
Sorry?
Why do you think I wanted to drink it? They all heard it.
That's a very cruel bar.
You're not going to listen to a word I say.
So what I do is I go and how about this? It's Italian night. Not only have I got an Italian shirt on, I've got Palone Italy Pinot Grigio, eh? So
yeah, whenever you
I'm
go
gonna have a
to
drop of
Italy,
that.
they probably mistake you for a native, don't they? Because you look so
Well,
stylish. You
yeah.
know, you look as though you could have walked out of
Okay,
the headquarters
Okay.
of AC Milan.
Well, perhaps you.
Have you had a haircut, by the way?
Perhaps
Have you had a haircut?
Excuse me, I was about to say. Perhaps you'd like to tell me how much you spent last time you were in a salon.
See,
having your hair done.
This is a man who is ripe for ripping off. He thinks the more you charge him, the better it is, right? If you came up to him and said, look, I've got this great car, right? It's actually for sale in an ordinary shop for $5,000. He would pay 10 grand and think, oh, that's a great deal. This is a fantastic car. Because you're such a snob.
No.
If you pay £200 for
Nine.
anything, you think it's better. You said to me,
Nine.
why did
Yes.
I only pay £3 for a goldfish, right?
That's right, yeah.
Goldfish cost £3. That's
Well-
what he said. He said, why don't you go to Harrods and buy goldfish for £100?
That's right.
Why
That's
the fuck
right.
would I do that?
Absolutely.
Because he thinks that would be a better fish. This is all
Absolutely.
because he was psychologically damaged
Yeah.
very early on
Yeah.
in his life. And he
He's,
thinks that spending money is the way to show how successful you are.
See, he's the sort of bloke, on a late night we spent all our money, he says, I saved £10 because I walked home instead of getting a black cab.
That's not true.
And I say, I saved £100 because
By
I
the
walked
end of
home
the night-
instead of getting a stretch limo.
By
you
the,
bum.
by the end of the night, you can't remember. You
Yeah.
can't remember what the fuck is going on by the
Yeah.
end of the night. 'Cause you've been drinking
Hey,
for
hey.
about 12 hours.
Now
Are
listen,
you telling me that you
once
paid
you
more
hit
than £3.50 for that haircut?
£75 for
Or
the
did
hair.
you exchange?
£75.
Did he
How about that?
did he do your eyebrows as well?
What I'd like to ask is, have you got any intention of ever getting that massive verbiage on
Verbiage?
your head?
That means that's something to do with words.
Yeah. Well, I'm lost for words
I
looking
know.
at your hair.
Yeah, I know.
It's a mess.
What's
It's a
wrong with-
mess.
what's
Look
wrong
at
with
it.
my hair?
You look like you're walking around with two hedgehogs stuck on the back of your head.
Yeah, well, I don't mind looking like that.
Well, I would
At
mind
least my
looking
hair
about
has
that.
not turned white due to my great age.
It's
Which, of course, you will never reveal, will you?
it's a
Even
mature
on
age
DVD.
thing. You know that.
Sorry, have you just glossed over that question?
You know, old MG sort of.
He has glossed over it, hasn't
He fancies. I can't.
How old
I can't,
are you?
I can't deal with that sort of rubbish.
You told me the other day
Oh,
that
gee,
you
what?
saw the first Doctor Who episode.
I did.
When you were 8.
I did, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
About 8.
About 8?
About 8.
What? Could have been 10.
No, could have been 2.
Could have been 2.
No, could have been 15. Sorry, could have been 15. Sorry, got the wrong way around.
So you were
could have been
15?
15. Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been 12. Anyway,
What's 58 out of 100 as a percentage?
58 out of 100. I'm not going on to that question.
I'll give you-
Trying
I'll
to
give you
set me up.
I'll give you some time to think about it.
He's trying to set me up. Now, what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
you
it's such a
should.
hard question.
The reason you walk around looking like that, the reason you wear tan shoes,
What, you mean
I mean,
looking-
only jerks
looking-
wear tan
looking
shoes,
like this?
don't they? Really, you know.
Oh,
you
well,
gotta
let's
be
talk
the
about
jerk of
let's talk about
jerks.
your shoes. Where'd you get those? From some kind of fucking catalogue for children. Toys R Us, Mothercare.
A £100 pair of Nike's finest.
You
How
were
about
done.
that?
What happened
How
to the
about
ones
that?
you bought in Sports Direct the other day?
Oh, that was terrible. Honest to God. I thought, here's Mike Ashley, you know, one of the richest men in the world.
Don't
you know,
libel him, whatever you
and
do.
he owns Newcastle United.
He's got to go out
Football
on a
Club.
DVD.
Well, oh no, I won't libel him.
Don't
no.
libel him.
No. He owns
Newcastle.
Newcastle United. That's right. And
We went there in July.
Yeah, lots of other things. That's right. Yeah. It's fantastic,
Do you
by the
remember
way. They've got a bar there called the Shark Bar in the Sandman's Hotel, and I've never seen such beautiful women in my life. I
Since
mean,
the last time he was in a Romanian brothel.
that's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh.
Mind you, you didn't
Actually-
stay in there long, did you?
Actually, it's a
That
bit harsh.
was the night you locked yourself under the theatre in a
No.
locked tunnel
No,
for 2 hours.
well, that was in Newcastle. Actually, funny you
Well, that's
should
what
say.
you're talking about, Newcastle.
Funny. Yeah, well, I thought we'd talk about Romania then. So it's funny you should say about Romania. In Romania, you see, when a chap like me, a sophisticat from the West, turns up, right? No, seriously.
A drunk
No,
bloke
no.
falling off
No.
a plane.
A sophisticat, right? I mean, all the girls in the breakfast bar suddenly hitch their skirt up by another 2 inches as they're serving me my orange juice. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty good catch
They
for
might
a
have
girl
been
in
spies,
Romania.
of course. They could have been
I'm a pretty
spies.
good catch. But the best thing about
You're a
it was...
pretty good catch in Romania. I think that about sums you up.
The best thing about it was when I landed in Romania, I'd already booked a car, you know. Now, if you land at JFK and you book a car, you get a car. You get like a stretch limo. You get a guy who's got a uniform on. So this guy, Federico, meets me in Romania. Federico.
Are you sure that was his name?
I'm sure it was his name.
Is this going to be a long story? Because I can open my champagne while I do
Go on,
it.
open it. It's quite a short story. So we're in the car and we're halfway
You
to
don't
the
know short
hotel.
stories.
And he says, "Oh, Mr. Mike. He says, "You'll have to watch for people in this town. They will try and fool you and rip you off." And I said, "Oh, that's very kind of you, Frederick." He said, "Yes." He said, "When we get your hotel, I know your hotel, the Tulip Hotel."
Was he Italian, this guy?
No. He says, "The man at the hotel reception will offer you a woman tonight." And I said, "Right." He says, "Don't do it." I said, "Why?" He said, "My sister is better." Which I thought was a bit harsh, really, isn't it? You know, but you know, these things as they go. Now,
Anyway, let's get back to your shoes because
Yes.
they are absolutely and utterly ridiculous. I think
I think they're
if
great.
anybody wanted to buy those shoes, right? I mean, at least they haven't got Velcro on them, I suppose. So you've actually
Why would
you
they
actually
have
tied
why
them.
would
Have
they
you
have
tied
Velcro?
them?
No, funny enough, the shoes I bought at Sports Direct were Velcro shoes. And
Well, you told me the other night you bought Velcro shoes because of your illness and
No.
your incapacity.
no, those shoes must be very narrow because the Velcro didn't even stretch across the top of my foot to the other side.
Well, maybe you've just got very wide
Bit
feet.
harsh. Bit harsh.
What's your width on your feet?
What do
Double
you mean?
E?
What do you mean? What's the width on my feet?
Well, you know you have a width as well as a length. Have you ever...
I tell you what, mate. The width on my feet is a lot wider than the width between your ears.
Is that...
Eh?
Well, that's
Eh?
why you're having a
No,
problem with
no,
your shoes,
no
obviously.
brain, eh?
That's why you're having a problem with
Eh?
your shoes, obviously.
Now, I need to talk to you folks because it has come to my attention.
Folks.
What do you think this is here? Money. No.
What have
See?
you got in your pocket?
See? No. Do you know what it is?
He's going to make himself a salmon
This-
sandwich.
No. You don't understand. This is the
It's not come dine with me we're doing, you know.
Excuse me?
It's not come dine with me we're doing.
Come dine with me, come dine and
No,
fly
that's-
away. Right,
No,
what
that's
this
come
is...
fly with
No,
me.
excuse me. This is a public service to all of you who own a car. You may have become aware of the fact that the theft of cars is increasing. And the better the car you've got, like my car...
Your car's crap.
You know, like a
It's a
Mercedes
C-class
Coupe
Mercedes.
3 litre...
You haven't got a Mercedes
about
coupe.
to be delivered, right?
It's about to be worth nothing because
His
they've
car.
been doctoring the diesel.
His car. Let me tell you about his car. His car is such an old wreck. When the coal lorry backed into it recently and smashed in the
We
bonnet...
don't actually have coal lorries in London.
What?
Nobody has coal in London. I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course
There
you
is
have
no coal.
How do you like your fire if you haven't got coal?
I haven't got fire.
You've got a fire down in Kent or Sussex or wherever you live.
Yeah,
Where
I've
is
got
it?
a fire down there, yeah.
that's
But
right,
It, does,
yeah.
it burns wood, it doesn't burn coal.
Yeah, you know what you're talking
It's 2015.
about. Anyway. This lorry backs into this jalopy. Do you know what you paid for the jalopy? £2,000. So he said, I won't get it repaired.
How much do
'cause
you
the
pay for your car?
My car?
Yeah, how much?
The next one, 43 grand. 43 grand. Thank you.
Man of the people.
Thank you. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, but to use the phrase made famous by my old friend David. You know David.
How is
Ginola?
David Ginola?
I'm worth it. Okay.
Well,
Now then.
well, to be fair, you've got nobody else to spend the money on apart from me, have you?
Well, I wouldn't spend it on you.
43,000.
You fat bum.
Are you paying?
Bum.
Are you paying cash for this car?
Sorry?
Are you paying cash for this car?
I don't wish to reveal the circumstances of my financial...
Because we'll get into your property portfolio a little bit later on.
What?
Have you asked them
Right.
for one this time that doesn't have exploding tyres and no smoke coming out of underneath the bonnet?
That was a problem. Last car I bought, no joke. They'd forgotten to take the grease off the block. You know the block? The block is similar in shape to him, but it's metal and it goes on underneath of the car.
Are you now going to give us what
they hadn't taken the grease off.
You're going to tell us what goes on underneath the bonnet of a car?
If I could open it, I would let you know, but does anybody open the bonnet of the car these days? Now, let me tell you, this is the anti-theft device, okay? I'm warning you, all of you here who's got a car. Oh, by the way, when he had the dent in the bonnet, do you know what he did? He told his two little boys, his two little boys, aged 8 and 11, he bought them 6 packets of chewing gum, and this is no joke, and said, keep chewing, boys, keep chewing. And they're saying, why, Daddy? Keep chewing, boys, keep chewing. Right, I'll have that. Keep chewing, boys, chew. He put the chewing gum in the dent in the bonnet of his car.
Is this how you spend your weekends?
And then
dreaming up these stories of how I actually live.
Then got a silver pencil from his boy's painting kit and painted it over. And that was it, wasn't it?
Well, no, actually, it wasn't like that at all.
It wasn't.
But what I'm more intrigued by is how long it took you to come up with that story. Was it last Saturday when you were sitting in Wetherspoons all day, having 2 portions of fish and chips at a table for one, telling everybody who came anywhere near you to stay away and not to talk to you?
A lovely bouquet.
Because
Sorry,
after a while...
what were you saying?
Well, your imagination has to come up with something, doesn't it, to keep you busy?
What?
Otherwise, you're not
It's a good job I've got an imagination, mate, living with you and seeing life at its brutal, most rare form, your despicable lifestyle, your Rogerisation policy.
Mike Perry's Rogerisation policy is... I don't have a Rogerisation
your bladderation policy.
I haven't had, as far as I'm talking in your voice now rather than my own. You haven't had any Rogerisation since I think Tony Blair was the Prime Minister, or was it Edward Heath? I can't remember.
Now, excuse me. I do not wish to be indelicate about this, but when you have a heart that only works at 1/3 of the pace of your heart's, the actual job of, you know what I mean?
What's going on with your eyes?
Sorry?
What's going on with your eyes? So even when he thinks about it, it starts to send him mad.
I do not wish to be indelicate. This is a family show.
This is not a family show.
It is a family show.
This is a DVD. This is a stage show. We are not on the radio.
Well, it should be a family show.
I'll be asking you a bit later about some of your
Can't be a family
conquests.
show with him on it. Anyway, point of my story is...
What is the point of the story?
Point of my story is, right?
I've seen the fucking time, by the way, no?
Hang on.
We've already been going for nearly a quarter of the show.
Sorry, hang on. He's just asked me, have I seen the time? I tell you what, kids. Oh! That was quite spectacular, wasn't it? That was very nice. Yeah, well done. Most of it's on the floor now,
Would you like some show? No, a little bit's on the floor.
I can't drink... No, only 1/3 of my heart works.
We could possibly have you dying on stage. It could be great.
Look how his hand's shaking. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do that again, Mike. Do that again. You've clearly got the DVDs. Did we get a close-up of that, please, on the camera? Get her up close.
It's not shaking. It's not shaking. I think you must have made that up. It's not shaking.
No, it was shaking then. Anyway, look. He accuses me of being a snob all the time, like kind of stuff. I'm just a man of the people.
You're not a snob, are you?
No, he just said to me...
You think people who live in council houses are scum? You think anybody who grows up in the same place where they were born and never leaves is a loser?
Loser, definitely.
You think anyone who has never made any money...
Well, apart from Prince Charles, of course.
...is a complete and utter down and out. I mean, you've said so many things over the... in the most recent times on the radio show where you've called people losers, deadbeats, just because they might have done something in life but never made any money.
I don't like losers or deadbeats. Now, he just said to me, have you seen the time? So, as a man of the people, I'll just have a look at my watch. Oh, look.
You got a new watch?
My £6,000 Rolex says it's, whatever time it is. I can't
You paid £6,000 for a watch?
6,500 actually.
When did you buy that?
I bought it at the Rolex shop, of course.
The Rolex shop?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean where the scientist was, the guy in the white coat?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. No, it's true. It's true, I'm not joking. You go there, and there's all these blokes in white coats, and they look at your watch, and they say,
He goes to a lot of places where there are lots of blokes in white coats, and they go, yeah, this is the Rolex shop. Step this way, Mr. Parry. We'll give you a bit more fucking electrotherapy.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it? It's a bit harsh, but it's all he can
One
do.
day they won't let you out.
All he can do is put me down. My success in life, my achievements, the people I've met, Bill Clinton as a friend of mine, and all that. He's so envious and jealous of all that.
Oh yeah, you had that
So-
you had that
what?
fantastic exchange, did
Yes,
you not, on Twitter
yes.
reasonably recently with George Stephanopoulos?
Yes, George Stephanopoulos, a mate of mine. First aide to Bill Clinton when he was president of the United States of America. And I used to have a couple of beers with George down in Little Rock in Arkansas, you know, where Billy Clinton came from. By the way, what a Roger Billy Clinton was. And I'm telling you.
Let's get back to your mate George, right? George Stephanopoulos, who now
Yes.
does a show on ABC in
Yeah.
America, right?
Yeah.
Sent out a tweet going, "We're interviewing Donald Trump tonight, so if anybody's interested, you know, you can watch the show." Porky goes, "Hey George, how are you?
Yes,
we
I'm
had a
good,
few
yeah.
beers in 1991. Nice of you to get in touch." He wasn't getting in touch with you. He was sending out a tweet. Needless to say,
have
George
to say-
Stephanopoulos did not actually respond.
I have to say, it was a little disappointing later when I found that that wasn't a personal tweet and that he has. No, hang on. I was a little disappointed to find it was diluted by another 3.7 million people that follow him. You know what I mean?
But that didn't stop you,
was a
because
bit
you,
harsh.
you then sent another
Was a
tweet
bit
to him
harsh.
going,
What?
"Great to hear from you, George. You might remember me. I was the guy that ran the London Daily Express."
That's right. I did. Yeah.
Which, of course, you didn't.
I did.
You did not run the London Daily Express.
I was the US editor of the London Daily Express.
Yeah, but they never took your calls, did they? Because they sent you to America
I don't
to
think
get
so.
you out of the office.
Now look, you are sidetracking me here, and the things I need to tell the audience.
What do you need to tell them?
I need to tell them about this.
You've already told them about
No,
that.
I haven't. You don't know why I've got my keys in it, do you? Evil zappers will walk around.
Has he already told this story?
No. Evil. You see, he's bladderated
You already
already.
told the story.
Bladeration. Evil zappers
We might
walk
have to edit this
around
bit out.
and they see you take the keys to your Merc executive limo. See? And you're just about to do that.
And they think, that guy shouldn't be driving.
And the evil zapper with his evil machine goes buzz like that. And he gets all the details on that, you see? So he's got you. So what I do,
But is that when you're getting into the car?
because what I do, I'm smarter than the
Is that when
average
you
bear.
get, is that when you're
right?
getting, is that when you're getting into the car?
I now carry my keys
Or are you just
around
going to ignore the question?
in my aluminium tin because my aluminium tin
Aluminium.
cannot be breached by the evil zappers. Okay? And that's what I do.
Nothing in your trousers has been breached for many a year. Really, has it?
Whereas I just like
You can answer the question if you want.
Just like my friend, Mr. Cameron, the Prime Minister, I've got pictures to prove it, interviews at TalkSport and all that.
He hasn't got pictures to
Just like the fact that he won't comment on whether or not he stuck his dick into a pig's mouth, I will not comment on that ridiculous assertion that I have been short of intersexual liaison with the opposite sex over the last few years. I refuse to get there.
How about the last few decades?
What?
How about the last few decades?
It's very harsh, isn't it? It's very harsh. I don't think the audience want to hear all this.
I'll tell you what they do want to hear.
Yeah?
Ziggy the dog, right? Has
Ziggy the
got
dog.
so fed
Lovely
up
dog.
of Mike Parry tweeting him because he's so desperate, like, for friends, he thought, I'll start tweeting a dog.
Yeah.
The dog has now blocked him.
Even...
Parry has been blocked by a Labrador.
Yeah, that's not true. You blocked me.
No, I did not block you.
I reckon it was you.
I'm not in
Certainly
charge of
wasn't
the
a dog.
Ziggy
Now,
account.
a few questions in how you look after a dog, because I know all about these things.
Yeah, because your dog was so well looked after, it killed itself, right? Rather than stay in the Parry household full
cruel is that?
of
How cruel is that?
psychologically damaged
How
people,
cruel is
right?
that? We had a little
The dog banged its head against the wall until it was no longer alive. Didn't it?
We had a little dog named Susie. I remember it. I was only a child. I remember it. You know.
Can you imagine him as a
poor,
child?
Poor Susie. Poor
Wore the
Susie.
same shoes. Wore the same shoes.
Poor Susie. Poor Susie. And my dad actually confused me because I said, "What breed is it, Dad?" He said, "It's a Heinz 57 variety." I don't know what that means, but I mean, it was.
Well, that's probably because it came out of a tin like everything else in your fucking life. Here's a dog out of a tin.
Right. The poor dog turned out to be epileptico. And that means...
Epileptico?
Yeah. that means that you're a bit mad. In fact, I think your father probably had that. That's probably probably why he's flying his Lancaster bombers over Canada instead of Dortmund in Germany.
No, actually,
right?
epilepsy is a condition that a lot of people suffer from.
What?
But it doesn't make them mad.
Yeah. Anyway, my poor little dog, and believe me...
How long did you have the dog for?
Only a few months. I was only a child. And I got up one morning, went down to the kitchen, and I saw the dog was dead, and he'd smashed his brain.
Like most of your friends?
What?
Like most of your friends? Most of your friends are dead. Most of your friends have drunk themselves to death, haven't they? It's no coincidence that they were drinking with you.
Hang on. Most of my friends are your friends.
No,
so
not.
If they've drunk themselves to death, I don't think it's a very good thing to publicly
they're
chastise
not. No,
them.
you're always telling me about people that I've never met that you used to work with in Chester, in Newcastle, in
I don't
Birmingham,
think so.
as you cheated your way to the top of the journalistic ladder.
I'm
made your way to Fleet Street. These are people I don't know.
Funny you should say. I'm a bit worried about my accountant in case he does anything stupid.
Your accountant?
Yeah, accountant. Yeah. Now, getting back to the dog, right?
Yeah.
This is what I want to say to you.
Try and concentrate.
When my dog bashed its brains out because it was epileptic, that wasn't the dog's fault. And still it wasn't my fault, okay? My mum once said, you watch too much of The Lone Ranger. And I wondered whether watching too much Lone Ranger...
What, you or the dog?
Me. Dog didn't watch The Lone Ranger.
You'd like to be the Lone Ranger, wouldn't you?
No. Do you know what the great thing
You
about The
work
Lone
on your
Ranger
own?
is? You know, honestly, the great thing about The Lone Ranger is what a fantastic idea that was, because if ever the Lone Ranger wanted to work undercover, all he had to do was take his mask off, didn't he? You see what I mean? Because then he could walk around and tell everybody he's alive. In fact, anybody
He actually
could tell...
believes it. He actually thinks this is a great idea.
If you wanted to pull a bird in the Wild West, all you had to do was go into a saloon, you know, when old Nancy was there playing the piano or something.